Hello, Keynote users! I used to be a professor, and some of my slides were boring. They were simple, look like this. Nothing but text. If I could do it all over again, I would make it look like this. So if you're interested in finding out how I did this, stick around and I'll show you. So first open up Keynote. Click on Document, make sure the settings are widescreen. Choose your background, make sure you make it black. Let's insert a shape. Let's make a square here. Try to make it about, pretty large, center it using the guides. And then insert another rectangle, this time cover up the entire slide. Send it backwards. Select both the square and the rectangle and choose subtract. Now you should have a black box right in the middle. Click on style and make this color black. Now go to insert, find the image that you want to put. This is the image I like. I'm going to now click on arrange and send it backwards. Now I'm going to resize it to a size that I like because we're going to add some animation here. So if you click on action, click on add effect, and then select scale. You can see that it sort of enlarges. So now I'm adjusting the image so that it grows only to a certain size. You can mess around with this until you find something that you really like yourself. You can always click the preview button to take a look. Now I'm going to add another shape. I'm going to add a rectangle, and I'm going to cover up most of the image. I'm going to click on format. I'm going to put fill, no fill. I just want the outline. I'm going to choose an outline thickness that I think I like. Something like this looks good, and change the color. I'm going to choose a dark gray here. It's just to add a little uniqueness to this image. Now we're going to add text. In this case, I'm just going to write the building blocks and choose a lighter color. So I'm going to choose this gray color, light gray color. And I'm going to keep adjusting the size so I fit most of the left hand side. I'm going to copy it and paste it on the other side and then update the text. A shortcut on the Mac is just to click on Option and then drag over the text box. And you can fiddle around with this until you find something that you like. I think I prefer going left to right and then going to the next line. Now let's add some animation to these texts. And then I'm going to choose the move in action. I want it to come in from the left-hand side, so from left to right. The second text, the one that's on the right, I also want to use the move-in action, but I want it to come in from the right, so from right to left. And then if we could click on Build Order at the bottom, we can make the two texts appear together. So here you can say with Build 1, you can see that everything is happening at the same time. Now, I'm going to add a new slide. I'm going to make the background black. I'm going to go to Insert and choose my 4 images, which are going to be the 4 topics that I'm going to talk about. In this case, I want to rotate the DNA. I'm going to go back to Insert and then choose a file. Here's my other image that has all the other 4 topics that we're going to be talking about. So now I'm going to click Format, Image. I'm going to click on Edit Mask, and then I'm going to crop it. I'm going to copy and paste it, and then I'm just going to move the image over so that we can get the same exact size for the next topic, in this case, lipids or fat. And copy and paste again. Do the same thing for proteins. And so these are going to be the topics that I'm going to talk about: nucleic acids, carbs, fat, and protein. So now I just want to make sure that I fix the images so that they all fit within the slide and they all look evenly distributed and even size. Now look at the DNA. It's more rectangular rather than a square. So I'm going to get a shape. Make sure the shape is the same height as that DNA image. And then I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to send it backwards, so now my carbs image is in the front. I'm going to copy and paste this rectangle that we just did and keep sending it to the back. for my other 3 topics. I'm going to slightly resize the square images so that they all fit within that white rectangle that we just made. I'm going to center it at the center of the rectangle. I'm going to select the front image and the back image and group them together. Now I'm just going to arrange them in the order that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to have nucleic acids first, I'm going to then talk about amino acids and proteins, and then I'm going to talk about carbs or sugars, and then finish off with lipids or fats. Now we just want to distribute everything evenly, center it. I'm going to add some text, so I'm going to go up to the top, click text, and give it a title. So I'm going to make sure that I enlarge it so it's a good size. I'm going to change the font. I'm going to change the color to that light gray until I find something that I like. Make sure that you change yours to whatever it is you're working with. I went to view ruler just so that I can use the guides, and I just want to do a horizontal and a vertical guide so that I know where to place my images on each slide. I'm going to grab the last 3 images and move them off the slide, off to the right. I'm going to move the title down to the bottom. I'm going to add a text box, and that's going to be my new title. In this case, it's going to be nucleic acids. Again, I'm sticking to that light gray color, making it large enough so that it's visible. I'm going to add another text box. I'm going to expand the text box so that it covers the region where I have my empty space. And in there, I'm just going to copy and paste the information from that boring slide onto this slide. So once I paste it, I'm going to make the text larger. I'm going to choose the font that I like. Keep making the font as large as I'd like so that it covers up most of the slide. I'm now going to click on slide number 3, duplicate it, but now I'm going to move the nucleic DNA image and the text, move it to the left side, and bring in the new image, which is going to be the protein image. Update the title from nucleic acids to amino acids. Add a text box. Again, expand the text box so that it fills most of that empty space. Again, I copied and pasted the information from that old boring slide onto this one. And I'm going to make the text large again so that it takes up most of the space. I'm going to repeat that for the final 2 topics, carbs and fat. So now I'm going to click on slide 3, I'm going to add an effect, and I'm going to choose the magic move. And I'm going to apply the magic move to slides 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, you don't need to do it to the last one because there's really no slide after that. I went back and I added it to slide 2, and now, enjoy the reveal. So next time, if you're a professor, don't bore your students. Students, don't bore your professors. Everyone else, don't bore your audience. Make sure you come back for another Keynote animation tutorial.